Good afternoon and welcome to our Facebook Live to discuss the LOU redistricting. Really appreciate everyone taking the time today to tune in to this event. My name is Paul Lebo. I'm the Chief Operating Officer for Frederick County Public Schools. Why are we here today? Thought we would spend some time just giving a brief overview of the redistricting study that is underway, answer a few frequently asked questions that we have received so far, and then talk about the survey results that we talked to the community about when we began our initial engagement efforts earlier this month. So first, why are we redistricting and what schools are in the attendance area? This seems to be a common question that we continue to get, so we're going to emphasize this as much as possible. Frederick County Public Schools has started a redistricting study to establish attendance boundaries and feeder patterns for two new schools that address enrollment growth in the county. The new schools are Sugarloaf Elementary in Urbana, which is temporarily housing students from Urbana Elementary School until the Urbana Elementary School replacement is complete for the 2020-2021 school year, and a not yet named elementary school in the Lake Linganor's Hamptons West neighborhood, which will open for the 2021-2022 school year. The elementary schools that are included in this redistricting study are Centerville, Deer Crossing, Green Valley, Kemptown, Liberty, New Market, Oakdale, Twin Ridge, Urbana, and the portion of the Spring Ridge attendance area east of the Monocacy River. The secondary schools included in the redistricting study are New Market Middle, Oakdale Middle, Urbana Middle, and Windsor Knolls Middle Schools, as well as the Governor Thomas Johnson Middle School attendance area east of the Monocacy River. And there are three high schools in this redistricting study area: Linganore, Oakdale, and Urbana high schools. This redistricting is tasked with three key objectives. The first is to create attendance boundaries for the two new elementary schools that I mentioned, Sugarloaf and the not yet named elementary school in the Lake Linganore area, to balance the utilization of other elementary schools in the study area, and to evaluate middle and high schools for utilization concerns and to align feeder patterns. So one of the other frequently asked questions that we receive is, would current high school students get redistricted too as part of this study? And what about grandfathering? So those are two great questions, again, that we receive routinely. So high school students are absolutely included in this redistricting study, but just for those three attendance areas I mentioned: Oakdale, Linganore, and Urbana high schools. The potential does exist that high school students could be redistricted as FCPS establishes attendance areas for those two new elementary schools. Grandfathering, again, a great question that we receive routinely. The Board of Education can consider granting grandfathering status to students who are entering 5th, 8th, and 12th grades if space is available. And this is one of the discussion points that the Board of Education will have as we get further down the road as part of this redistricting study. And there will be an opportunity for the community to weigh in their thoughts on grandfathering to the board during their public hearings at the beginning of the 2019-2020 school year. Another question: how does the out-of-district transfer process work? And is the no exception rule related to districting, does that apply? So out-of-district transfers do not directly relate to the redistricting study, but it's a common question that we get, so we do want to address it and point you in the right direction if you have questions about the out-of-district transfer process. So parents or guardians who would like their child to attend a school outside of their assigned attendance area are encouraged to review FCPS Regulation 400-15, which is the assignment and transfer of students. All of FCPS regulations and Board of Education policies are listed on our website. For specific questions, if the regulation is unclear to you, you can direct your questions to the Department of Student Services. Their contact information for student services is also under our website under the general information section for parents. And specifically, the point of contact is Miss Mary Ann Gomez, and her contact information is on the website. We've had questions about additional construction and capacity projects in the area over the next few years, and specifically, will there be a new middle or high school built in the next 5 years in this redistricting study area? So let's answer the easy question first, high school. There are no new high schools planned for construction in the next 5 years anywhere in the county. We do, however, have a planned addition to the Oakdale Middle School that the county was able to move forward funding for us so we can begin design of that school. We anticipate that that school will open with its additional capacity in September of 2022, and it will add approximately 300 seats to their existing state-rated capacity. We are evaluating what those additional seats we are using those additional seats as part of our considerations as part of this redistricting study as we balance enrollment between the middle schools. Another question is, does the redistricting process account for future students too? And the quick answer is absolutely. That is one of the data points that we are looking at, and I think some of this question, or some of these questions, come from the community looking at our website and looking at the planning blocks where we have established the number of students who are currently enrolled in our schools. And so that's one data point, and that's the current students that live within the existing attendance areas. And another data point is the planned future growth. Now, you might ask yourself, how do we account for future growth? How do we project where students will come from? So one of the ways that we do is through a robust process where we gather information from the county and municipalities regarding the total number of lots that they have approved, the number of lots being built, building permits pooled, etc. And then our team spends time contacting developers and builders to confirm their anticipated rate of build-out over the next few years in these developments. We then apply the county's current pupil yield rates for single-family, townhomes, and multi-family dwelling units that are unique to each school's attendance area. And that's a point that I want to emphasize. There is not a pupil yield rate for the entire county, because what we see, obviously, is the number of students that are coming out of homes are very different in different parts of the county, and so we account for that. And that we work very closely with the county as they develop their pupil yield rates, and they are beginning to have conversations about adjusting their pupil yield rates again. They just updated the pupil yield rates 2 years ago, and it's a constantly evolving process as we see our county continues to grow and the number of students coming from each of those dwelling types change. Once this information is complete for the redistricting study, we will post it to the website, and we anticipate additional information about future students to be available on our website later this month or early March. So the next piece of the discussion that we wanted to have today was about our survey. And so I'm assuming that many people who are here today tuning in are here to find out more about the survey results that we have gathered. As I'm hoping you are aware, we conducted a public information survey as part of our initial engagement process, where we presented to the community factors that the Board of Education considers in developing school attendance boundaries. We did this in two parts. The first part we did as part of our public hearing that we held at Urbana High School, where folks could do this in person, where we had signs hung up on the walls, and folks that attended in person could place dots on the factors that they believed to be the three most important to consider when establishing new attendance boundaries. We were thrilled. We also offered the opportunity for folks to take part in this survey online, and we were thrilled with the feedback that we received. And I really just wanted to take a moment to thank everybody who took the time to share their thoughts with us. We will read every comment that we received thoroughly and find ways to incorporate that information as we develop our options and share the information with the Board of Education. So a couple statistics about the survey. There were 1,372 responses to the survey, and of those responses, 640 people took the additional time to type feedback to us. Our team is in the process of reading all of those comments, looking for trends and common themes. If I didn't mention it, that survey closed on Friday at 11:59 p.m., and staff received the results of that survey from our consultant yesterday afternoon. So we have not read every single comment yet, but I can promise you that our team, including myself, will read every comment that we received to help us have the best informed redistricting options that we can. We are also going to provide the responses in a graphical representation, and we hope to have that available on our website later this week. So you might be asking yourself, what were the top 3 factors that the community thought were important for us to consider? Now, I want to remind you that the board directs staff to consider all 10 of the factors, as well as the 11th factor of any additional information that is unique or pertinent to the proposed redistricting. But the top 3 that the community shared were, number 1, the proximity to schools in order to maximize walkers and minimize distance or runs of bus times. The second was the impact to neighborhoods and communities. And the third was the educational welfare of students. Some other interesting parts of the survey data that we received, and this was extremely pleasing to us on the redistricting team, was we got a well-represented sample from throughout the community. So we didn't have one school that had a significantly higher amount of respondents than another school. And so that is a positive piece of information for us to be able to share with the Board of Education. And a special shout out to our top 4 respondents at the elementary level, which were Deer Crossing, Centerville, Oakdale, and Newmarket. We really appreciate you taking the time to respond. As well as the middle school level with Urbana, Oakdale, and Windsor Knolls being our top 3 respondents. And at the high school level, we really had a good spread across all 3 schools in the attendance area, or excuse me, in the redistricting study area. And so finally, I just want to talk again about the process and what we strive to do as part of our redistricting study. And it's important for us to remember the mission of Frederick County Public Schools. First, we are to reach our students with exceptional teaching and caring support. Second is to challenge students to achieve their potential. And third is to prepare our students for success in a global society. Frederick County Public Schools provides a world-class education at every single one of our schools. This redistricting, again, will look to balance enrollment at our schools to ensure that we are providing the best learning environment for our students and we are maximizing the utilization of our buildings. We're looking to ensure that our resources are distributed equitably and we can ensure that the curriculum is provided in all of our buildings. And we also need to look at our special education programs to ensure that the services that we provide as part of these programs are available to meet the needs of our students throughout the attendance area. So I mentioned our website a bunch of times, and I want to put a plug in for it again. You can find all of the information that is publicly available on our website at www.fcps.org/LOU redistrict. Again, the LOU is for Linganore, Oakdale, Urbana. Those are the 3 high schools and the feeders that align to those high schools included in this redistricting study. We also have an email address that has been established for the project, and that is louredistrict@fcps.org. You can follow redistricting information on social media platforms like Facebook, like you are right now, or Twitter. Links to Twitter, Facebook, and our email address are on our website. Also want to put another reminder for another Facebook Live event tonight, or a live event where staff from our communications team and our facilities planning team, that's Kelly Gordon and Beth Passerb, who will be available live from 7 to 8 p.m. to answer any questions you have about the redistricting study. Log into Facebook tonight and join the conversation. So again, I just want to thank everybody for taking the time to tune in today. Stay connected with us, and we hope to hear from you soon.